Hi, my name is Hope Taylor, and I'm a psychic medium, also a student of Lindsay Marino in her online business course. I just wanted to leave a brief video testimony and go over some of the things, some good takeaways. Probably won't include everything in my video testimony because the series is so jam-packed with such great information. But some of the biggest things that I took away from this online business course provided me with what I needed perspective-wise to make a huge decision. I believe I took the course at the end of February or the beginning of March, and I had been practicing mediumship publicly, doing events and private readings for several years. But I finally took the leap to quit my day job and really put myself out there on a full-time basis, which is, maybe not everyone's goal, but was a goal for myself. But I just couldn't see how to get from point A to point B. So it really helped me to explore some of those different belief systems, as well as kind of just map out what I needed income-wise versus how much to set aside for taxes and bills, for or donations, as Lindsay calls them, for some of your business expenses, how to streamline things and set up automation. So really you can be, using your time more wisely and be in service instead of, doing a lot of things by hand or, spending a lot of extra time on the telephone. You can just set up a scheduler. Some of the things I already had in place, some things I did not. If you are trying to, learn all of these different technology things that are out there that can be overwhelming. She provides different ideas and different applications for what your needs are, as well as some of the affiliate codes. So you may get like a discount based on some of the things that she's able to offer. If you're in alignment with the space that you're reading out of, when you offer, what you offer, how much to offer, I think that was a really big one. But, my perspective, I wasn't really giving myself the opportunity to believe in what I could achieve working full time. And just knowing and trusting in myself that if I were to go full time and open up my schedule, that it would fill. There was a lot there with a lot of the belief systems, and the power of momentum and, just really trusting spirit and my purpose. So thank you so much, Lindsay, for creating the content and just being an excellent teacher. I really appreciate the community that you have built around this series and the fact that I can reach out at any time, that you've added some really great bonuses. We recently had a bonus added to assist us in some legal questions, which I think was amazing because we're all from different states around the country. And it just pretty much, it covers a lot of questions that we might have, but we might not know if it applies for our state or our situation. It answered a lot. And there's also a new bonus about how to feel comfortable on video, which is pretty interesting because I didn't submit my video testimony until I went through that with you. So anyway, thank you for all the content. Thank you for putting that together, and just your loving support and your just genuine heart. Thanks for sharing your gifts with the world.
All right. I'm excited to talk with psychic medium Hope Taylor. Hope has been doing some amazing things, and she's a member of my online program, Unlock Your Psychic Medium Online Business. And she's had some amazing results, and she's touching a lot of people right now. So I'm excited to share what she's been up to. Hope, thanks for talking with me today.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I would love to start first with where you were before you started the program and what kind of got you to this point where you wanted to join.
Awesome. Well, I actually spent about 20 years in the hospitality industry. I worked doing accounting and financial reporting. So very matter of fact, 1 + 1 = 2 was my life for so many years. I started doing readings, 3 years before I quit my day job to become a full-time medium. So I know a lot of people, may have taken more time or less time, but that was where my comfort level was when I started to experience burnout.
Yes.
Trying to do, yeah.
Okay. So when you were working your full-time job and you were doing readings, what was the big struggle for you that kind of brought you to the place of, okay, I know that I want to kind of go deeper with the business sense of it?
Um, it actually happened very quickly. Someone like myself who's extremely analytical and plans everything and, spreadsheet maniac, and February was a very tough month for me. This was February 2019, and I got sick. And I never get sick. I'm a pretty healthy person, and
Right.
I could not recoup. And I had to keep pushing things back and rescheduling things, and I never had to do that before. So I was rescheduling groups, rescheduling readings, and I just noticed that the demand was there, but there was no way that I could see that full time that it was going to be there. I just was like, before I was doing it because I could do it. It wasn't even a thought in my mind that I would do this full time.
Right.
Yeah. So that was in February. March is when I took your course.
Okay. So it was a month after that.
Yes. I take the course, and we go through so much in the course. And I think it was setting up the business model, which I, having as many years as I did in business, couldn't do that for myself with the mediumship business. I just couldn't figure it out. And mine is a little different than even how you do it, but I could see how I could still make it mine. You don't tell us, right? You
Yes.
leave it open for us to do it the way that works best for us. Like, hey, all of these different things. So I was like, wow, I think I can do this. And then I was like, I think I should do this. And I started to notice that my day job just didn't feel the same as it used to.
Right.
The satisfaction and the gratitude for it. I started getting, edgy, short. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just saw a shift in like where my purpose and passion lied. It was more with my readings.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with going through the program and maybe struggles you had before and you felt different while going through the program or after the program?
One thing that stands out more than anything is looking at our monthly obligations, no matter how big or small, as a donation and something to be grateful for. Like, I'm grateful to pay my electricity because I have electricity,
Yes.
I set up everything automatic no matter what it was. And then I didn't have to have this fear or worry if I stayed on track or like whether, I don't know, it pulled me away from staring at my bank account, really was what happened. So I don't know if that makes sense for everyone, but that's what I did.
Okay.
So that was a shapeshifter there with bills, because obviously we start to think, and as more as we think about it, we generate this scarcity mentality, then it slows the flow down.
Right.
The second biggest thing was moving the energy. Do you remember that part?
Yes.
Like don't just like set your schedule up and then stare at the computer screen waiting for someone to book, or your phone, like, oh my God.
Yes.
I kept with my working out. I would just go take a walk. And like every time I take a walk, ding, I'm getting notifications. Yeah.
Amazing.
So that was a good one. There's a lot of tips and tricks that I think that you shared even in the group that you offer.
Right.
The Facebook group that we have.
Yes.
And even though like I was done with the course, it was so great to see that you were giving us bonuses, and then I can take those bonuses and apply them as it works for my business and see the results there.
Yeah, I love that.
Too much though, because you have to purchase it to know what they are.
Yes, that's true. And do you find that if someone was thinking of joining the business program, would there be anything that you would share with them about the program that you wanted to share with them?
Let me think. The most important takeaway was the fact that I believed in myself, like law of attraction, understanding I wasn't just given these gifts to just sit and do design financial reporting work. Yes, I was also in service in an indirect way then, but why not go direct and see what my full potential is to stand in my truth?
Yeah.
It helped me to grow confidence there in that part of it. And why not, right? And not be afraid.
Yes.
So that was really inspiring. Knowing you have one person, even if it's just one,
Yeah.
that has your back, that
Mm-hmm.
understands your journey and what you've gone through, it just makes all the difference in the world.
And I love supporting you guys too. That makes
Yeah.
me happy to do that.
Spirit is showing me something right now that I need to talk about. That was a big change too. I had somebody come in May and do a small video to explain my story so that others knew why I was a medium.
Yeah.
And that put myself out there to a different extent so people understood why I was in service. I know you did it with your way and I did it with mine.
Yes.
Two different ways, both the same thing. So people don't have to like do, follow me exactly or follow you exactly. They just do it their own way and put their own stories out there, and
Yes.
people can connect with you on that level.
Right. It's so true. And I feel like that's so powerful to share our stories because so many of us have so much to put out there and people can get healing just knowing that they're not the only ones
Yeah,
have gone
absolutely.
through a rough time. So I would love to hear about things that you're doing right now in
Yeah.
your business and how that's made you feel with kind of doing the work where you're able to do it full time now.
Okay. That's a great question. And especially we're working through, if anybody's watching this video, right at this very moment, we're in the middle of a pandemic where we're not allowed to leave home.
Right.
Most of my business, even though I can do readings online, most of my business was in person.
Yeah.
Absolutely in person. So I very quickly had to, sidestep and say, okay, Hope, what are you going to do? How are you going to handle this? I would like to mention that I'm part of Lindsay's membership group, and it is a bunch of supportive mediums that come together and we discuss, our wins, our struggles. And Lindsay provides extra support for us there with her monthly lessons and even just the bonus calls that we did because she knew that we were all like stunned, like how the heck are we gonna do this? And it's been an amazing transition to now reading all over the country. So even though I had the availability to do that before, I didn't really push that part of my business. And now it's the only thing that I can put out there. So I've been fortunate to have a lot of people who would have booked an in-person reading to elect that option and tell their friends about it and do online groups. So a lot of my business is group-based as well, and they've all just keep filling up. So I'm grateful, thank God, that we had those calls and each other to lean on to have our creative ideas and then just get right back on it and hit the ground running like, hey, this is what I do now.
So, okay, so tell me a little bit about what your life looks like now in terms of being able to spend time with family or friends or different things that look different from when you worked your full-time job and you were doing readings at the same time.
Well, my family, it's an interesting dynamic. I do have a 14-year-old. She turns 14 next month, and she's involved in a lot of sports. So as you've seen me on our membership site calls, I show up all over the place. I might be on a field hockey field or in my car. I'm just able to be present for her. And I love the fact that this work, it's very intense. And, I only do max like 3 readings in a day. Sometimes for if I'm traveling and that's all I'm doing. But it allows me to have time and freedom to travel and to be with my daughter. And also we have a dynamic where my boyfriend works second shift. So before I worked first shift and, in the corporate world, it's all first shift for me anyway. So it was kind of like less time, with him as well. And then very limited with what I could do with sports in the evening because I wasn't done till like 5:30 where my daughter's games would start at like 3:30 or 4.
Right.
So I had to have a lot of help there. Those are the 2 biggest, most important things that have helped me. The amount of rest that I'm able to get now without the constant, because I wanted to do my best at my job, wanted to be the, super mom when I could, and the scheduling that I had to do with my readings and groups around all of that.
Right.
Now it's just so much easier. I have set days that I do my readings, set days that I do my groups. And I can do that knowing what those schedules are with the two of them. So my two most important people. So it's been a game changer.
Thank you for sharing that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can you give us a
Okay.
little bit more information about where they can find you too?
Oh, absolutely. So my direct website is hopetaylormedium.com. And on there, it gives my story, why I'm in service, testimonials, so you can see what people's takeaways were from working with me to see if I resonate with you. And I have my schedule on there for any online events and readings.
Thank you so much, Hope, for being here with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Lindsay.